much pleasure thou canst give me. Oh, Christmas tree, thy candles shine so brightly. Oh, Christmas tree, thy candles shine so brightly. From base to summit, gay and bright, there's only splendor for the sight. Oh, Christmas tree, thy candles shine so brightly. Oh, Christmas tree, how richly God has decked thee. Oh, Christmas tree, how richly God has decked thee. Thou bidst us true and faithful be, and trust in God unchangingly. Oh, Christmas tree, how richly God has decked thee.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth
Silent night.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. So today I am finally getting to share with you guys everything that I've done for my Christmas house tour. So the theme for this for my Christmas decor this year was farmhouse meets Scandi. So I wanted the house to be like cozy and farmhousey, but at the same time I wanted to create to steal away from Scandi, in that I wanted it to be still calm and like quite minimal, in the sense that I didn't want it to be like super Christmassy. So I DIY'd almost the majority of my stuff that I'm going to show you guys, because if I were to buy everything that I wanted, I first checked online before I started hand making stuff, which is something that I forgot to mention in that handmade Christmas haul video. That video I showed you guys mostly my tree ornaments in detail. So if you didn't watch that video, you might want to watch that video if you are interested in maybe getting a similar look for the tree. I found the baubles on Pinterest after I looked in the magazine. Like I said, after I looked in that magazine, I'd found those exact baubles not on Pinterest but on Etsy. And for me to get them, I'll actually post the picture here. For me to get those baubles, that would have cost me over £30. That's not money that I was willing to pay for just 2 baubles. So and or even like the amount, how I wanted my tree to be full, it just wasn't going to be, you know, like a smart move. Also, every other thing in the house, I found that it was cheaper. When I wanted a thing, like I wanted a jute mat, I found that it was going to be cheaper for me if I made it myself rather than bought it. The pillowcase that you also will see in this tour, that was like £70. I'll explain as I show you guys the things actually. So in short, if I were to pay money for all the things that I made, first of all, I wouldn't get the same look. It would be impossible. So I wouldn't get the exact look that I wanted. And second of all, it would cost me way too much, and I wasn't wanting to invest that much money in just Christmas decor. So I bought a few DIY stuff. I think it all cost me, including the glue and everything, it all cost me like £50. I already own a glue gun. Most people do. Most decor addicts do own a glue gun. I already owned a glue gun, so that was not. But then again, if you want to get a glue gun, that's like literally like £5 or something. It's not expensive at all. But anyway, don't let me ramble on. Let's get right into the video and I will show you. So upstairs in this room, I have a Scandi theme, fully Scandi. My tree is on my roof, and I will also show you that. And then in my other bedroom, in my big bedroom, I have farmhouse theme and to tie with the whole house. And in the kitchen, again, I'll explain all of this as we go. So let's get right into the video. I can be quite rambly, so let's get right into the video and I'll share with you guys what I did. So guys, we'll start at this door. Up here, the Christmas decor is only this reef, and I have birds there. I DIY'd these nests. I showed you guys in my DIY haul video all the things that I've made in detail, so I will leave that I'll leave that video down in the description below if you want to find out more about the things. Here I have this chalkboard. You guys know this chalkboard. I always change it for different seasons. Now it just says always calm, always bright. So let's turn back and get into the house. So this is what you are seeing now for Christmas when you come into my house. So right at the door, we'll start right at the door. Right at the door here, there is Santa. He's woodland Santa, and I had him last year. I've just changed position from last year, where I placed him last year, and given him a different lantern. I got those lanterns from the charity shop. I think there are 2 of them for £1.99. Yeah, each. So there are 2 of them. No, actually £3 for both. So let's go back here. Oh God. Okay. Going back. So once you walk through my door and you are here now, over here, let's close the door maybe so you guys can see properly. So over here I have that Comfort and Joy sign that I DIY'd, and then I have the books that I've just used for decor. They're like red and brown, which the colors went together, so I thought I'll put them there. And then the jar is a DIY jar. I got the jar from IKEA, and then I placed everything in the jar together and put it up there. And then I have the deer over there in the star. Here is a new vintage candle. I have these candles all over the house, in a Christmas storybook that I used to decorate this stand. So that's that over here. And then when you go around and you turn into my home over here, that's my fireplace. I love candles. They're everywhere. And they're all like vintage candlestick holders. So let's just focus on this space. Over here, I have my socks. I'll show you a clip what it looks like when they're hanging over the fireplace when the fire is not on. And then I had this pillow last year. I'm obsessed with robins. You will also see them all over the house. That's my blanket basket over there. And then I have this little also DIY. I made all that and put it in the jar myself. It's just sugar on the bottom, and then a few Christmas things that I had. Michael DIY'd a few things for me as one of my Christmas presents, and as I go through them, I'll just show you guys what Michael DIY'd for me. So that little house in there was one of the things that Michael DIY'd from scratch for me. Then just some greenery and pine cones that I picked around my house. Outside my house, we have some pine trees around. So that's that over there. So let's go back. This is gonna be okay. So here, when you come into my this is like my sitting room area. I have my fire there. My fireplace is decorated exactly like last year, a robin there, because I'm obsessed with robins. And then the little snow guy over here just has a sign that says "Let it snow." I've changed my wood holder to this quadrant that I got, and it's actually like a real actual vintage quadrant that I got also in a vintage store. And that fire needs lit, but anyway. Over here I have my favorite Christmas candle, this gingerbread one. It's like I literally always go and get it. It smells like Christmas baking and so homely. It's ridiculous. So that's what I have over there. It's just, I love it. My dear, the table that it's sitting on, I DIY'd that. My dear standing over here, I got that from TK Maxx. And then this is my handmade DIY farmhouse tree. I've explained most of the baubles on this tree in a video, and I will link the video in the description below. I've explained how I made them and everything. So I'll just share with you some of the things, some of my favorite DIYs. The hot cocoa has to be one of my hot cocoa cups. I made that entirely from scratch. I got espresso cups and then just DIY'd the whole thing. And then every single bag, you can see them, all of this, I actually DIY'd each thing on it. The little skis and every single thing on this tree is DIY'd except for about 10 items that are vintage items, and they're like really sentimental to me that I've collected over the years. I've also added to this tree to add the a homemade feel to the whole thing, because I wanted my decor this year to be, like I said in my intro, I wanted it to be like Scandi meets farmhouse. So under the tree I have the deer. I had 2 deer last year. I added the new one at the back there this year. That's a new addition to my deer collection. Also from last year, you guys might know if you watched my Christmas video last year, I'm obsessed with deer, so I added another to my collection this year. An example of the vintage collection, vintage bauble collection, is this little lantern over here, and another one is this little hat. It's like a hat with a musical instrument and stuff on it. I really love. There are a few of those littered around my tree. Another thing that I wanted to be like a continuing theme to my trees were these cars carrying Christmas trees on top of them. They're classic. They're just like your classic, because again, like I said, I wanted it to be a traditional farmhouse, handmade farmhouse, handmade everything meets Scandi. So I'll show you guys one of those cars on the tree as well. Let's go around here. These are also my favorites. They're like these little wine glasses that are actual crystal ones. I love them. I got that. I got the wine glasses, and then I DIY'd it myself. Like I just put the little hanging and turned it into a bauble. I think I have one more here. I made the nest with the eggs. Like I said, I made everything that you guys can see on this. And then over here I have 2 snowmen. I picked this from a charity shop. I think it was a one pound. I picked that from like years ago from, I think, Home Bargains. It was also £1 or some £2.99, something like that. So I put them 2 snowmen here, and then over here we'll go around. Oh god, I'm trying to make this not too shaky. Over here there's a snowman holding a fake candle, and I also got that from the charity shop for £1. So this is the back of the tree. That's vintage, one of my vintage Santa faces, one of my vintage little things over here. This is my favorite vintage stuff. So it's a whole tree of like a vintage collection and my own handmade stuff. It's decorated right round the whole way because you can see it on both sides. My star, I also handmade that. It just says goodwill to all men on one side, and then cozy Christmas wishes on the other side. I'll show you guys that. I also handmade the star myself over there. Yeah, so that's my handmade tree. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Under here, we'll have to come here because we just have to. Under here, so Michael made me this little farmhouse from a picture that I wanted to use to decorate this year, and I couldn't put it up because it made the house look too crowded. So Michael was like, you know what, I can make everything here from wood. And so he created this little house. It does light up. I just forgot to light it up for you guys. It does light up, and that's just all the stuff that he made. The little well with the little pail over there. It's just like really, really cute. I love it to bits. I prefer that to the picture. So it's like a 3D picture. Like I prefer that anytime, any day. So round there. And then let's go back here because there's a few more things. On the floor, there's a jute mat. I DIY'd that. I got jute material from, oops, my candle is spilling on my table, but it's okay. I forgot to put a mat that holds that candle, so it's cool though. The jute mat, I DIY'd myself. I got material from Amazon. I think the material all came up to like, the whole jute material, it was like, I'll put how many meters I got. Anyway, I got that, and then I layered 3 pieces of the jute mat and hand sewed it to get together, because I really, really wanted a jute mat, but I wanted the jute mat to look very simplistic, because the ones that you see online are usually like detailed and stuff. I wanted this to be like pure, simple, a jute mat. I also made a jute table runner and a few jute placemats and stuff. So that's just over there. And then on that side, again, that's when you come into my door. I also got this lantern from all over the world. Up here, I just put a little bird in a nest that I also DIY'd. And then you guys know these. I just sprayed them down, put some holly up on top over there. And this is just like snowed down to make it a little bit white for Christmas. And then my chair, my bentwood chair, you guys know that. Whenever you go over here, there's this sign, the Let It Snow sign. I DIY'd that from a bed headboard, and just painted it white basically, and wrote the Let It Snow words on it. And then I have a lantern with an actual candle. I have another lantern here. At night I usually prefer like candlelit, so I usually like have candlelight on. Not as many candles. This was for you guys because you're special. So I just created this little vignette over here, which is like a gift. I just wrapped a few books, tied string around it, red string around it. And then this, I DIY'd the little letters and the little envelope. And then I got one of my other vintage red books. I have a lot of vintage books that I use for decor, and I put it over there. And then this is a letter opener. It's my vintage letter opener that I also got from a vintage store. This is the bed that the Let It Snow sign, that's the headboard to the bed planks that I used to make this table. So this table is also DIY'd, and it's made from like the bed planks of a table. On the table I didn't do much. I just have my kettle and exactly what I had for fall. You guys know I'm obsessed with candles. They're everywhere in this house. And then over there I just put some berries in the can. Over here I have a basket of pine cones. That basket of pine cones lights up at night. If you can see at the far end, there's a cord. That cord plugs in and lights up at night. I just didn't think you guys will see it. It's quite bright, so you guys couldn't see it. And then that's that on the other end. So that's what it looks like when you look at it from this end. Very minimal, very calm, and just really, really nice. I love it. Anyway, so let's get into the kitchen. Oh, actually, no, let's not go into the kitchen. Behind this door, I got this for Christmas. It's an early Christmas present. This is one of the oldest vintage Singer sewing machines ever created. I absolutely love it. It came with everything of it, like literally. But I wanted to Christmas it up a little bit, because if it just sat there, it would look a bit like cut away from the rest of the room. So what I did is I took this pillowcase from material that I also got. I got this pillowcase and a duvet, a single duvet cover with this material from a charity shop. And this pillowcase, I just put that little tag on there, Merry Christmas Jack, because I was making believe that I'm sewing this Christmas sack, gift sack for a little boy called Jack. And then all this came with the machine. This is also a vintage box, and it has all the parts and all the vintage needles and vintage threaders and everything is in there. And then over here I have my other vintage candle with real holly that also is from behind my house. You'll see a lot of holly in the house because it's literally, I have a holly bush right outside of my house as well. Then I have a chair there that I DIY'd. I painted it white. I cut the back off, and I just put this little baby blanket on the seat because I wanted it to also have that like warm, cozy Christmas feeling. Up on the top, I have my vintage iron, one of my vintage irons. I think I own 3 vintage irons. One of them, that's it. And that iron is from the same era as this sewing machine, so it's just appropriate that I put it up there. Some thread, some vintage books. This is a complete needlecraft book, and it just tells you all this stuff. And then up here I also got the book. It came with its book. The Singer machine came with its book and everything. And then I have the hood that is used to cover the whole thing. I also got, along with this for Christmas, I got an actual Singer sewing machine. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this, whether I'm just gonna leave this for decor, or whether I'm going to place my modern Singer on top of that, because I want to learn how to sew. I don't know how to use a machine, like a sewing machine, but anyway, that's but I've got one and I want to learn how to sew. So there you go. Down here there is a chicken door stopper that's red and white, fitted the theme of the house. On the other side, this is also like a DIY. This is an entirely DIY reef. I made everything myself. I got the tree things from Poundland, I think 2 years ago, and then I've just added to it over time the vintage little key and everything on it. On this, this is Michael, again, one of the things Michael made for me. This is a Caro stand, and it just has like 2 of my favorite hymns over there, and it's just really cute. I love it. And the nest that I DIY'd as well. So that's just like a fully DIY'd reef over there. So that's that. In the kitchen this year, I did not do much because I just, again, I wanted everything calm, and I didn't want like a sickening Christmas feeling. I wanted the only highlighted thing to be the tree, because that's got a lot of color. But up there, if you see, I got this reef kind of running around with some actual pine cones, and the garland is actually, it's not a reef, the garland is actually just pine trees picked from outside of my house. And then you guys know I'm also obsessed with thistles, so I put some thistles up there, put some little, like all these things up here for a Christmas feel. And then really didn't do much in the kitchen because I changed up. I had my coffee machine there. I think I'm getting a new coffee machine, like a bigger coffee machine at some point, maybe next year, I'm not sure. I took the small one off, and so I just put the radio there. The radio was in the sitting room, if you've watched my other videos. Down there, there's a crock pot that I also got from a vintage store. Up here, there's just a jar of holly and one of those candles that I talked about. I really like them. And then this blackboard just changed, saying to warm gingerbread cookies and cinnamon tea. And then over here, I have these 2 car, little, same cars with the Christmas tree in the back, and a house, also a cabin house. Don't those cabins look like the similar ones to the ones Michael made me? So it actually matches with everything. Over here, I just literally put sugar in the big bowl over up there, a Christmas house over here, a snowman, nothing really, and then a pine cone and some of that greenery as well. Just, that's what's over there. And then, so heading back into the sitting room. I'll push this chicken away actually. So again, the look. So going, one thing that I forgot to tell you guys is I really need to light up that fire, but I'll do it a bit later. I also created this winter bucket list. I wanted it to be a vintage type scroll, so I used paper that Amazon used to wrap some of the DIY material that I got. I used that paper and I picked sticks outside, cut them to size, and then just basically braided the twine, 3 bits of twine to make the top of the hanging part, and then glued it onto the stick and made this little winter bucket list. These are all the things that I plan to do. Highlighted is go and stay in a woodland cabin. I'm going to do that. I absolutely want to do that this Christmas, or at least next year, starting winter. we'll see. Anyway, so that's that. Let's go up. I'm rushing through this because I did so much things in the house, and if I actually talked to you in details about everything, it would literally take ages. But anyway, when you come up here, so up there's just another Christmas tree with a let it snow sign beside it. This hosts my shampoos and some of my bathroom things that I need. And then coming into my bedroom, I will stand here because I can only show you this Christmas tree from here. It has lights and it lights up at night. How bright it is now, you won't be able to see that, but yeah, so it's just creeping up the wall, and there's all my Christmas baubles, and then obviously my bed down here. This is like my YouTube room. I film in here. I also watch YouTube and stuff in it. I'll go into it in detail, but if you didn't watch my full house tour, I have sconces, one down there and one on top of here, which is great. I'm obsessed with candles. What do you want? Anyway, guys, so going into my bedroom. Into my bedroom, I have two of these raving penguins. They light up blue and red, and they're like, all my friends call them raving penguins because they're literally like a disco in a little, like you don't have to bring nothing else, just music and those penguins, and you're ready for a Christmas disco. Is disco an old word? Like, I feel old. Anyway, that is just a candle. I literally come down everything over here. Everything is white. I ripped off all the little paper that I had on top of here. I just wanted it all calm and white and clean and Scandi. So there's a blanket over there, a gray blanket that I got years ago for Christmas. I have a basket over there, and over here, that's a bear I showed you guys last year. He reads out the Christmas, it was the night before Christmas story. I showed you guys last year that. And then over here is my TV, which I had a beautiful what you call those, screensaver for fall on it, but obviously I don't have a clue what has happened. And then over here, down here, this is Rudolph. You guys know him from last year. He sings the Rudolph song and his nose lights up. Going into here, we're rushing this though. See how beautiful that tree is? Another lantern, because it's lanterns and candle paradise up in here. In the bathroom, I haven't done much. I have the hot bath sign there that I DIY'd a while ago. I haven't really done anything much for Christmas, apart from, you know, this. I always set it out, like if I'm not showering and stuff. If I'm showering, I push it away or take it away for a while, and then I have like a cinnamon stick candle over there and just my bath salts and everything. I have a snowman soap thingy wash there for your hands, and that's it. Like, I really didn't do much. Also on top here, the sun is so bright, winter sun, you guys. I just put a sock gallon. Maybe let's change position so you guys can see better. Yeah, I just put like a sock gallon. I just bought these cozy socks, and then I just like literally put them up with pegs, and that's it. So let's go directly into the room, into the big room. So in here, there is just that Christmas tree. Also, all the baubles on this tree were what was on my tree downstairs. So I just have a Christmas tree here, and then it's in a bucket, in a tin bucket. I'll go down so you guys can see that. It's in a tin bucket. I have a bear there. I have a gift over there. And then in the tin bucket, I have a ton of like pine cones. Over here, this is my vintage bed warmer pan thing. And then over here, I have my blanket basket. And then up here, I have a screen, my TV, and the screensaver that I was telling you guys. This is what I usually leave on my screens whenever I'm not using the TV, just a nice wintry scene. And going over here, nothing really much, like it's my bed and lights. I've changed up there, just put antlers, because again, if you remember from my last tour, I had like a green branch over there. I just wanted everything to be like really calm and like taken down a notch. So because the Christmas tree is the only thing, like I said, that I wanted to be loud. And then over here I have my candle, one of my other also cinnamon sticks, Christmas spice, but it really smells of cinnamon, a bit of cinnamon and stuff. So I have that there over there. So thank you guys for tuning in. I am happy that I shared this video with you, and I hope that this video was helpful or inspirational or gave you some ideas. I will see you guys in my next video. I think from this video onwards, I will start to make handmade DIY videos with you guys. So I will pick out a bubble from the tree and I will DIY it on camera with you guys, so that by the end of like, and you guys can then on your own make multiples, as many as you want, of each of the item that I DIY with you. And then so that towards Christmas, by the end of Christmas or however quickly you guys make it, you will have like a full handmade Christmas and tree or handmade Christmas decor in the house. Maybe you just want to add already a piece to what you already have, like, so yeah, that's what I'll be doing next. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, again, I'll see you guys in my next video, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching today. I love you loads. Mwah.